Hey everybody, shooting a quick Patreon video. As you see, I'm standing in Joanne's enclosure and she is no longer with us. I'm shooting a video about it. Actually, I finished filming it today, but I figured you guys should know first and kind of explain what happened. And you know, obviously as a keeper, you're going to blame yourself. And you do everything you can, and then sometimes there's nothing you can do. All of my blackthroats came off of food before I moved them to Okeechobee for a couple weeks. If they ate very little. I spoke to someone else that bred blackthroats, whitethroats, stuff like that, and they said that usually in the hottest part of summer they would all come off of food for a period and then come back on, and that was part of their natural cycle, and was surprised that I never noticed it. I assumed it was the stress of all the enclosures being taken apart around them. When I moved them over to this location, Blackbeard and Jane quickly got on food, still not eating fully what they would normally eat. And a perfect example behind me is Blackbeard's food is sitting on the ground, and the dude is sitting there on his log. If it's coming into focus, that would never happen at the other house. He would run over and down that food in a half a second. So the fact that he's letting chicken sit on the ground is just crazy to me. He'll come over and eat it. He's been on food again. So they were off food when they came here, but then they all started mating. Blackbeard started mating with Jane for like 2 days, and then that kind of stopped, and then he was obsessing with Joanne's enclosure, and she was him. So I put them together, and then they started mating. And at some point, Blackbeard started obsessing back with Jane, and when I put him in there, they just wanted to kind of cuddle, and it wasn't any mating. So I think that was the end, and it was really just that cuddling period. So then I separated them all, and Joanne was still mostly off of food, and I started the stress. Then there was a point where I said she was doing better. I mean, she would wake up and sun herself. Then she would go in her water and drink, and I would see all that. She had a lot of belly weight. Just the fat was disappearing from her tail, which I thought she was in egg production, and she was pulling all that away from herself. And a couple times I saw her eat light or move her food around, which made it look like it was eaten. So again, kind of thought things were okay. I spoke to Dr. Mike, and he's like, dude, just bring her in right now. So I rushed her an hour and a half to Palm Beach Gardens. And I mean, he was right. It was definitely an emergency, but it wasn't something that we could have prevented or stopped. She was full of masses in her cavity, what looked cancerous. During her exam, she started purging blood from her nostrils and her mouth. And seeing that it was that far advanced, her eyes were starting to be sunk in. And in the video, I took some video inside the vet's office, and I'll see how Tom can edit that into the video. But you could see she still wanted to hang out, and she still would look at me from her eyes. Like, it was sad. It was as sad as putting your dog down. Like, it was horribly sad. She's buried here in the yard. I planted an avocado tree. All that will be in the future video, but I figured you guys should know first. I also dug up Jane's eggs. Now, remember, they only mated for 2 days, so I think I caught her at the end of her cycle, which wasn't good enough to stick. But she did put the eggs in the ground, and I mean, she's hanging on the screen right there. So, you know, I dug up the eggs. She's sunning. She ate some chicken today. I'll hit her with some eggs tomorrow. and I'll keep hitting her with more small meals and get the weight back on her. And hopefully her and Blackbeard will be good for next time around. But I guess that's it for today. I just wanted you guys to know, and I'll see you guys soon.